All right, welcome everybody to Diamond Zone, Thursday morning edition. And I think everybody will be in agreement. Yesterday's call was phenomenal. You know, it's great when you hear, people in the different perspective of what they have, when it comes to, comes into this business. And, everything Jeremy talked about was really persevering through what a lot of us have persevered through. And, we talk about it all the time, being the pioneers. And I think that was a big part of what Jeremy was talking about. And, with us going to Vegas, I know we're all on pins and needles to figure out what's coming next. But, I'm of the philosophy, what's in front of us right now is next. And because a lot of people, we live in what's coming, and then we stagnate, and really taking advantage of every day that we have to really take advantage of this business opportunity. But before I get into what I'm going to get into today, I do want to stress this, guys, especially for Diamond Zone people, and I want you to pass this down. Diamond Zone is getting a lot of attention from people all around World Global Network. No one has this real consistent platform. And I just want everybody to understand and respect this. And here's what I mean by that. I want to talk about Diamond Zone etiquette. You guys, listen, you have to be aware of where your camera is. You have to be aware, okay, if your camera's on, if you're unmuted, what you look like, what you're wearing, if you're attentive, okay, and if you're not, then turn your camera off. Turn your camera off if you're just going to listen. But if your camera is in some unflattering places, or it's moving all over the place, it's distracting. Because I will tell you, people scroll. Okay, as we do this, people scroll because people want to look at each other. People are ADD. Not everybody is like Livy, who sits there and listens very attentively at every word the speaker is saying. Or like Caitlin. Well, I don't want to go through all the names, but there's a lot of people here that are always attentive. They're present. But there's other people, you're all over the board. And if you think I'm scolding, I kind of am at this point, because it's annoying. Okay, here's all I'm asking. Be aware. Be aware. There's some things that have been shown on Diamond Zone that are nuts, are absolutely insane. And if you're running your business the way you attend Diamond Zone, it's no wonder you're broke. Okay, and I'll just tell you, and that's all I'll say. Okay, it's just frustrating. Okay, and so whatever that's worth, guys, that's coming from my heart. That'll help you in your business too. Okay, it just as you do anything, you do everything. As you do anything, you do everything, and certain things have to change. So there's my rant. Okay. Jeff's pissed. No, Jeff's done with that stuff. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today, okay, that was a big part of it. And by the way, diamonds and above, I want diamond tips today. So be prepared to think and to be able to share diamond tips. But, going back to a lot of things that Jeremy was talking about yesterday, one of the things that I really wrote down, and we've talked about this, there's a whole training on it, is fear and faith. Fear and faith are manufactured, correct? Fear and faith is what we believe fear and faith are. Well, it's our belief on what fear is. Well, fear is someone telling me no. Well, then we just made a no real, because we've already put it in our brain, right, not to make that phone call. But faith works the same as fear, does it not? So how many people have told you you're crazy because you believe in the vision in what you accepted? I'm told all the time, Jeff, why are you believing in this? No one does wearable technology. It's probably the worst product you will ever enter into in multi-level marketing. You know how many people told me that? Seasoned veterans? It's because technology is always changing. There will always be difficult challenges. Yeah, so? And so if I didn't believe enough in my opportunity, what does that make you do? Does that make you stagnant? Does that make you procrastinate? Does that make you stop you from making that phone call? I believe it does. So fear and faith cut both ways. And the way you overcome your fear is to acknowledge it. Okay, we're going to do that training next week, right? The fear training. Where does fear come from? Fear comes from what we've learned. Fear comes from our environment. And this is what we like to do here at World Global Network, is change the environment. And that's why I say the most important part of our journey is not the big people. The networkers are going to build this. Okay, those people. I'm all about the people and giving them a chance to succeed. I'm about the person that says, you know what? I want to make an extra $500 a week. Because the only way you build someone's belief is not to get them to believe they're going to make $1 million a month. Because that's an uphill battle. But I could get someone to believe they can make an extra $500 a week. It's a series of beliefs. I mean, do you guys agree with this? It's easier to get someone to see 500 versus $1 million. If someone would have told me about $1 million a month, I would have said, you're crazy. Why? Because my belief system was the most I ever made was $15,000 in a month. So I understand long-term potential, okay, but I don't like unrealistic expectations. I want to change people's lives $1 at a time. And every dollar that's earned, the belief grows. How do you think we got to where we are after 24 years? I had to believe that Lisa could make $1,000 to cover the grocery bill. And once she made that, I believed then she could cover the car payment, the 2 car payments and the grocery bill. And it was a series of results that got us to believe you could make $1 million in a year. And that's what I want you guys to do. Part of the business on multi-level, in my opinion, is having realistic expectations. Setting your goals for yourself. And yeah, if you get excited about Nat and Shanita making $5 million in 10 months, I like that. Okay, but if you look at your situation, okay, how do you get to $5 million in 10 months? Well, don't you got to become a team developer? How about that one? I'm telling you right now, you can write this down. This company is going to be all about team developers. And if you capture the vision of just becoming a team developer and help all the people you bring in become team developers, you won't be able to spend the money. It's not about going out there and duplicating diamonds or presidents. That comes, but you first have to show people how to open up their contact base and have enough confidence to lead you to people. That's where I think the confidence comes in. If I could sit down with Shay Lisa as a brand new person, and I could sit down and use my skill set and say, Shay Lisa, I just want you to do some very simple things. We're going to start with making a couple of phone calls. And I'll say, okay, you're going to do one, Shay Lisa, and I'm going to critique it. And then we're going to set up a 3-way call. And then if I'm helping her walk her through these different types of skill sets, and she gets any type of positive result, what does that do? She says, I can do it again. I can do it again. And here's the other side. If I'm there and she's failing, what am I there to do? Encourage her to keep going. Uplift her. Don't worry about that, Shay Lisa. So we got 10 no's today. So? And then if I could get her to team builder and then team developer, guess what? I've pretty much duplicated because she knows exactly how she got there. And people will duplicate what they know. And this is why I keep talking about this over and over again. And I know some of you are sick and tired of it because you could go back and hear all the diamond zones, okay? And if I'm doing one, I'm always going to talk about the importance of getting with a new person very quickly. Because the whole idea in our business, guys, and I'm just going to go through this, and I know you've seen it, but that's okay. That's what trainings are. They're called repetitive. Screen share. Yeah, here, let's do this. Can you guys see that? Hang on, I can't see you anymore though. How come I can't see you guys? Somebody use chat and tell me if you could see that, because I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Okay. Janet, can you see my screen? You can see the diamond structure? Yes? Okay. All right. So guys, this is what I want. This is what I want to talk about today, and then we're going to do diamond tips for the week. What the mind can visualize and believe it will achieve. Okay? The diamond structure. And it's when you bring a new person in, we got to get them not back to, they have to understand the process. The process you take them through, day one, is the process they will duplicate. We will always remember how we were brought into network marketing. Always. See, back then, the way we were brought in is by somebody coming over and sampling us the product. And once we understood that, we duplicated that for the rest of our 24 years. Over here, guys, we have to make sure we are a product of our system. We can't speak one thing and do another. And so when we keep talking about over and over again, get people the 2-minute video, they will always remember that. And if there is one thing I believe this company has done very well, is really send that message. It's a 2-minute video. It's a 2-minute video. It's a 2-minute video. But now what we have to do, look what this says, become a team builder within 24 to 48 hours. And if I'm going to help this person, I have a brand new person that just got started. And me sending the welcome letter is a good first step. But to keep this person excited, as you all know, there has to be human contact with this person to welcome them, to let them know who the upline is, the support system. But more importantly is to get this guy moving quickly. I'll always remember this. When the person came over and sampled us the product, they said, try it for a week. So what did I say to every single person that came in? Here's the product, try it for a week. Over here, it's a little bit different. It's not about trying it for a week. This is about finding out if this person wants to go to work today. We don't have to wait 7 days. We don't have to wait to invite them to a hotel meeting or to a training center. We could get, don't we all believe on this call? Don't you all believe you could take a new person and get them to do some very simple things so they could start opening up their contact base? I believe that. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure this person understands the importance of getting one person left and one person right. But more importantly, I'm determining, and this is where I want to get all of you to, I'm determining if this person's a runner. Because if I could get this person to start making his list, to really believe and get him to tell me what he wants to accomplish, I got to find the motivation. If he has no motivation, he's probably not going to open up his contact base. But that's our job. Our job is to find out, once he makes that decision, what's going to make him go to work. Don't you guys want to know that? I want to know what's going to make this guy go to work. I got to find his why. And that's the only way he's going to open up his contact base. But just like I illustrated, can I not do, if Shaylisa is in Denver and I'm here now, I could now do a Zoom meeting and do calls with her over a Zoom. Could I not? Could I not encourage her? I mean, Zoom is like you're there. Let's make your list. And I'm talking to her on a Zoom. All right, tell me about that person. How do you know them? Perfect. Let's design a strategy for that call. Let's call them right now. I'll listen. Here's what I want you to say. I got to get her active. It's my job. It's my job, the sponsor's job, to push the snowball up the hill. It's my job to create this faith and belief that Jeremy talked about. They got to believe I believe, right? If I'm sitting there, one thing Shaylisa is going to say is, man, my sponsor believes, and she's going to feed off my belief. Guys, would it be worth it for me to sit down with Shaylisa and help her get her too? What did I just accomplish? Are you kidding? Take the money out of it. My whole focus is Shaylisa's belief. And when I leave, or that 30 minutes or 45 minutes or hour, or no matter what it is, that is time well spent. This time that we spend on Diamond Zone every morning is time well spent. Why? Because you could have had a bad day yesterday. You could have heard 10 different no's. But now at least you know there's a place that you could come to so we could brush you off and send you back out there again. Well, that's what I have to do with a new person. I got to make sure, you got to understand, just assume it. Every new person got involved because for a moment there, for a split-second moment, their belief was created. They found that desire, that entrepreneurial flame got ignited for enough time for them to make their decision to buy their family pack or their premium pack. But guess what happens to that entrepreneurial flame if they don't get a positive result? Or if they don't get a welcome call or a welcome letter? It starts to extinguish. Why? Because that person is still a product of their environment. They haven't been part of the new environment that keeps the spark ignited. That's your job. It's your job to sit down. And this is why some people disappear. And all I'm trying to do is to better our percentages. Because at the end of the day, guys, no matter what, a lot of people will just disappear. I just don't want that to be because of what we didn't do. That's my only point. If someone quits, they're going to quit not because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. It was just that fear was so powerful, no matter what, they would have quit. And I want to be able to look myself in the mirror every day and say this: am I there for the people that really want to take this journey? And Lisa and I have never said no. We will always be there for the people with the desire, always. And that's how I want you to think. Because this person, guys, they have hopes and dreams. But I got to find out if they're just hopes and dreams. Or do they have a little work ethic to go along with those hopes and dreams? That's all I want to find out. And if they do, we're going to get there too right away. And I want you to challenge yourself to spend that hour with people, right? To sit down with them, to help them make their list. So they could, you know what a list does? You know what create a list does? Just think about it. If I could sit down with people, and let's say the first hour was just me helping them create their list, and I leave, could that person not say, first of all, he was supported? And could the person not say now that I have enough people that I could get to? Because he's looking at the list. I want him to think, how can we not get 2 out of this list that we just created of 300? So I just created belief. Because most people say, I don't know who's going to do it. Well, you got to create the list and go, look it. If you were the worst hitter, right, in baseball, you're going to connect 1 out of 100. You got 300 people here. We're going to get you to at least team builder. See what I just did? I want them to see that, and this is the other thing I like to do. I like to put pressure on people. Don't tell me you don't know enough people. You can't tell me that now. I just helped you create your list. How many times you guys see me do it with my cell phone? Boom, right? Boom, boom. 500 people were contacted. 97 showed interest. And we sponsored 40 people our first pay cycle. That's true. What do people hear? The 40 people? No. Okay, they need to hear the 500 people we went through. And remember, those 500 people we went through, the person talking to them and reaching out to them was a seasoned veteran. And look at my numbers. They weren't that hot, were they? What would I be batting? 40 out of 500. I'd be out of the league. Right, there was who's this guy? I don't want him on my team. He bats 40 for 500. Fire that guy. But how many people will like the results? 17,000, we made our first pay cycle. That's the truth. That's exactly our numbers. But if you really break it down, we sucked. Those were I shouldn't cuss, right? Okay, Diamond Zone etiquette. Okay. Those are really bad numbers. But how many people like those results? And those first 40 people got us to what? Double president? Would you take those results? I got to do this with that person. I got to get this person's belief that they at least know enough people to get to. And then take the next step and help them get there too. Be there for 3-way calls. Let them know about all the different things they can plug into. This keeps them in. It's all I care about. Now, once I keep them in, I got to get them doing. But there's no better way to get somebody excited than their first 48 hours. They've spent the money. And remember, fear cuts the other way too. Fear doesn't go away. If they don't see you, fear takes over. What the hell did you do? This is the other voice. Why did you spend $1,900? See, no one's called you. This is the other voice. And then it could be a scam. And what do they tell you? You're not going to get your product for 4 weeks? This is crazy. And then another day goes by and fear gets higher. Then we wonder why the person returns their product or fear takes over and they quit. You see? Who's in control? We got to take responsibility. So that's the diamond structure. Get your first 2. Get the person's 20%. Now, here's what it's going to be all about, guys. Team developer. I just want to take a couple of minutes here on team developer. I want to make sure, because there's some confusion here, and this is what got me to think, you know what, we should touch on this morning. Because I had a couple of people say to me, Jeff, my first 2 people that I brought in, they're not doing anything. So I can never become a team developer. I should have put so-and-so here, which will probably be doing something. Do you understand something? Team developer is this. Anybody you personally sponsor. Okay, let's go down to here. Okay, let's say all these people, let's say you sponsored these 2 people, right? And they were 2 duds. They were just 2. How many people have you sponsored that are a dud? Okay, I have a lot. I have a multi-level marketing graveyard. That's what I have. You know how many people are in my multi-level marketing graveyard over 24 years? tens of thousands of dead bodies. Okay, so understand, if these first two people don't get their first two, what do you have to do? I got to add another personal sponsor, and I got to see if this person's going to get there too. If that's not, I got to sponsor this person to see if he could get his first two. If not, I got to sponsor this person. What do you understand that I could go down as many levels down? This person could be down here 50 levels, and I find the person that gets their first two. That counts towards you becoming team developer, okay, on one side. Then I got to go down this side, and I got to find somebody that I personally sponsored get their first two. Now for us, we got lucky. Okay, the first two people, who were they? You know who they were, right? My daughter Jenna left, my daughter Jessica right. This daughter, Jenna, got her first two right away. This daughter didn't. So we made a business decision, me and Lisa, and if they weren't our daughters, I would never make this decision. And we put two people underneath Jessie. That was a business decision we made because it was my family. I would never do that for anybody because I've learned this. If you go out there and you give people the fish, they'll never learn how to fish for themselves. They'll always be out there going, feed me some more fish. Feed me some more fish. No. So understand, anybody you personally sponsor on each side, one of those people on each side have to get there too. That's team builder. I'm sorry, team developer. Teach two how to get two. And some of you may say, well, I know that. Well, some of you didn't. And I want to make sure this is why you have to have the mentality of not just two. That's the only message that I really want to correct in our presentations. And I know why we do it. The way we do it is because I want people on a presentation to go, I could get two. But see, you don't stop them at two because they go, I got two, and they think they're done. Can you imagine? They think, okay, I've done it. I'm in. I'm wealthy. Are you kidding? We brought in 40 in our first pay cycle. 40. What do we teach here, guys? Have you seen that? You've seen the training? Put 20 people on your left, 20 people on your right in a 6-month period. Personal sponsors. None of us could take the foot off this recruiting pedal. None of us. You heard Jeremy. He's going back to, what do you say? I have no organization. That's got to be the mentality. Here's someone who made 7 figures in his first year. More than he's ever made probably in 5 years in multi-level. But he made them, and he's got his mind right now. And that is, I'm pretending I have nobody in my organization. I'm going to create new success stories. The reason why most people fail in network marketing, they don't really understand the numbers that have to be run for success. Because a lot of people haven't run a traditional business. Because any traditional business, take multi-level out of it, it's all about running numbers to get your base. Every business out there in America wants a consumer base. And they want that consumer base to keep coming back. Well, you know why we have a loyal consumer base? You know why Amway has such a loyal consumer base? Because they pay their people to use the Amway products. Loyalty comes from money. And so what we have to do is get people to understand the process. And we expect everybody that gets involved sometimes to be a self-starter. People need encouragement. People need to feel part of. And this is the culture. If we keep teaching this culture, I'm telling you guys, you will not be able to spend the money. You won't be able to spend the money. But there's got to be that person, this person here, leading the team, that at least lets everybody know about the system they're part of. And here's the other side of this. Let's say this person, okay, isn't a leader. Then this person has to be smart enough right, to let his upline know, get that all I'm going to do is open up the contact base. I'm not going to be the one that sits down with my people and does their list. You remember, it's all about how you bring people into the business. I would have to first sit down with Shaylisa and Tim and say, Shaylisa and Tim, tell me what you're willing to do. Well, you know, both me and Tim are working 14-hour days. And you know what? All I could do, Jeff, what really got me to make my decision here today was that I heard that all you want me to do is open up my contact base. I can do that. But don't expect me to be sending out welcome letters. Don't expect me to be sitting down with people and doing their list. I can't do that. But what I can provide for you, Jeff and Lisa, is I will open up my contact base and I will bless it. But when somebody surfaces, because we're going to surface a lot of people, Jeff and Lisa, I need you to take the reins from there until I can make enough money and free up some time so I could start to do it. Now, see, that's called business. That's called communication. So if I'm going to sponsor Shaylisa and Tim, I know that conversation we had, and I have to be willing to fill that gap. Am I not right? So I can't play the bait and switch thing. Well, Shaylisa and Tim, you just sponsored somebody. You send out the welcome letter. You sit down and make their list. That's why your organization, Jeff and Lisa, that's not what we talked about. It's all about how you bring people in. You follow me? And so once again, you got to remember, there's sometimes I'm down 15 levels, and I'm working with those people's people. Do you see why? Okay, the people that are pushing the snowball up the hill, this is what Jeremy was talking about, right? We're on top of the cliff now. Now you're going to see the avalanche because we persevered of pushing the snowball up the hill. Well, see, that's the leaders. And if you're on Diamond Zone, okay, I just want you to be honest what you're willing to do. If you're willing to do those things, I'm telling you, this is how you build it. This is when you take responsibility for your company. And you're the person, you're the go-to person. I mean, heck, I'm on another side of my whole organization driving business down there. That's not even my pay leg. But I don't think that way. I look for people with desire. I don't care where they are. Because I know that's going to come back to me. It doesn't matter. Because all success stories are our success stories. And the first thing I have to do is get your belief where it needs to be. And I want you, maybe some of you have to go, time out. I got to start over. I got to start over. I got to make my list. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to get to team developer. Stop saying diamond if you haven't been a team developer. Stop. Stop telling yourself, I'm going to be a diamond. No, I want to be a team developer. And then if you are, how do you get to diamond? Stop now. You got to team developer. So you are a diamond. Why? Because all you got to do is duplicate yourself 5 more times left, 5 more times right. You've got your diploma. Do you understand? Watch this. I want you walking across the stage. I have the hat on, and here's your diploma. You're a team developer. Oh my gosh. Which gives you the certification to teach others how to become a team developer. Everybody looks at a little piece of paper. Here, I'll give you all the piece of paper. Here's the piece of paper. Now you're a team developer. How did you do it? Teach it. Teach it 5 more times left, 5 more times right. The most valuable part of your journey here is getting to team developer. What did you learn when you got to team developer? Let's just stop and think. You learned how to make a list. You learned how to make phone calls. You learned that you're going to hear no's. right? You learned you had to go through a lot of numbers. You knew your numbers you had to go through to get your first two. And then you learned how many people you had to personally sponsor to find one on each leg that got their two. Does that not make you a master teacher? I could teach people now rejection. I could teach people how to make their list. I could teach people how to run their numbers. And now I could get 5 left, 5 right. I'm a diamond. Now it's over. And you know what you're going to come to the conclusion? It was all about teaching people team developer. Because in order to get to team developer, and I don't know what the number is, but you're probably going to have to sponsor no less than 10 to 12 people to find 2 that get 2. How many phone calls were done to do that? How much rejection? How much time did you spend with that person? That's valuable. This is why the time you spend on the front end is so important. They'll never forget that. They'll never forget it. That's how they were brought in. And this is how you have a built-in foundation. Your foundation is solid. And this is why we have what we have, because we know that we know. And when you know that you know, you play your ball. And I want everybody on this call to play the ball of team developer. That's how you do it. And I'm telling you guys, no matter how much time you spend, if you get a new person to team builder and you get that person to team developer, man, that's a diamond. You just create a diamond, because all you got to do now is give them their diploma and say, now teach it to 5 more people on each side. But the most crucial part is to figure out very quickly when you sponsor what you got. You may have somebody here that just opens up their contact base to you. And now I got to go down here to find somebody that wants to do it. Or it could be down here, and I'm working. Here's me. Okay, are you the one? Well, let's work together. Let's at least open up your contact base. Oh, you led me to this person because you're not the one. Well, let's work with this person. Let's spend the time with this person. Oh, you're not the one. Well, I'm going to work with this person. Oh, you're not the one. Let's say this is the one. Where am I living? I'm going to live right here with this dude. Does that mean that these people aren't working? No, but I'm going to go down here. I'm down right now. I think it's on my power leg, 20 levels down, and I found somebody that wants to work. Okay, it's the Kim Tinderleg. Okay, 20 levels down, and ask Kim. Okay, how many different launch webinars we've done with her team. I don't care how far down it is. I don't care what side it is. I found someone with desire. Are you kidding me? See, I understand that. It doesn't make a difference, because I know those types of people don't grow on trees, and none of you do. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. And that's why we have this system. Because no one appreciates you more than me. And I want you to appreciate you. That's Jeremy's theme, isn't it? Believe bigger, faster. Have faith. Well, I want to make sure you know there's a support system here. And that's why you got to come to Vegas, because I want to give you all a hug. If you have your clothes on. I ain't hugging you without clothes on, okay? That's a joke from my opening statement. All right, guys. So I hope by now you know my sense of humor. Okay. So anyway, let's do diamond tips, guys. Okay, I want to hear from some of the diamonds and above. You know, a tip of the week, something that, you know, I don't have to tell you, your diamonds. Okay, diamond tips of the week. Who wants to go first? Well, I got to unmute you. Hang on. Okay, you can now unmute yourself. Who wants to go first?
Yes.
I'll go first. It's Gus.
I don't want Gus first. Anybody but
It's Gus
Go
and
ahead,
Jan.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, brother. I think tip of the week, and one of the things that we have not been doing as good a job of, that we're now doing a good job of, and that is that before people actually send the text out, send emails out, talk to people, is to role play with those people. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing when you start to see when people are getting back into us and they're saying 3/4 of a page to people as opposed to just giving them some of the big things. And already this morning, we've done 3 different makeovers, if you will, on text that people were sending out. So you assume that people are saying the right things, and you go through all the work that Jeff talks about and Lisa talk about. But until you actually have them do that with you, we're doing role plays with people on the phone, or role plays on Zoom, or again, refining what they send out, and it's making a big difference. So that's the tip of the week.
Great tip. Great tip. I love that word. I gave my people a makeover.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a great tip. You'd be surprised what people send out. I had somebody, it just rings. I have the text. They goes, what do you think about this text? It was, you know how you keep hearing ding, 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 10 dings. And I read the text, it was this long. She goes, what do you think? And they said, they basically did the whole presentation on a text. Now, if I wasn't inspecting what I was expecting, and that person said, well, Jeff, I sent this out to 1,000 people, I'm not getting results, I would never know why until I saw the text. It's funny what people do. But Gus, that was awesome. Okay, everybody should relate to that one. Anybody else? Diamonds or above, tips of the week.
Hey, Jeff, it's Fran.
Hi, Fran. And by the way, Gus and Jan are Grand Diamonds.
Awesome.
Grand Diamonds, so please announce what rank you are.
Hi, okay. So my name's Fran Gatto, and I am a diamond. And my tip of the week is always on LinkedIn. So I wanted to share, I actually reached out to someone July the 8th on LinkedIn. And she was from the pharmaceutical industry, and I just posted a short post about how many times do people have to be laid off, downsized, right-sized, etc. And she had responded back on a comment, and she said, how do I start obtaining this financial independence? I'm so ready. Please let me know. Now, this was in July. She just joined us yesterday. So it took from July until now because her heart was there, but she had some things that she had to work out personally. And now she's on board, and she's actually on a phone call.
Okay.
So my philosophy and recommendation is just be consistent and persistent. Never give up on anyone who has expressed any type of interest. And the other thing that I am all about is respect. No matter what you do, you have to show respect to everyone. And that's my tip.
Okay, I love it, but I'm going to dig on this one just for a little bit.
Okay.
You kind of brushed over the initial contact. What did that look like?
So the initial contact was she posted on LinkedIn a comment, and then I followed up because anybody who comments who's not in World on my post, I always follow up with.
What do they comment on, Fran?
Oh, on what I wrote. I said, I'm not reading the whole thing, but how many times do people have to be laid off, downsized, right-sized, outsourced before they realize they want to take control of their own destiny?
So that was like that was the net. You threw that net out to whoever is part of your LinkedIn.
Correct. Every day I post on LinkedIn. I did, about World on it too, just about having your own business and this and that. I don't want to read things. It's too long.
Okay, and she bit by saying what?
She wrote back and she said, how do I start obtaining this financial independence? I'm so ready. Please let me know.
Okay, great. And then you started the process of,
I contacted her, asked her to send me her phone number. We chatted back in July. We stayed in touch, July. We went through everything. She was on your presentations. She was really fired up, but she had some challenges in her life right then that she just couldn't do it. And last week, we've been, emailing back and forth periodically. She just sent me a note and she said, she's ready. Let's talk. And last night she got started, and today at 2, we're going over the welcome letter I sent her yesterday.
so can I sum this up, guys? Fran respected the process. Fran respected her process. Just because someone bit, she had to respect the process she had to go through, and that process went from July to October. Now watch. If that person was the only person in Fran's funnel, Fran would not respect the process. Let me tell you why. Because Fran has an agenda, and she's going to try to push the agenda on someone that doesn't want to receive it. And so she went through it, but it was the follow-up. Is she on the call right now, Fran?
Yes, she is.
What's her name?
Her name is Jeanette Cambroni.
Hey, Jeanette, unmute yourself if you can.
Yes.
Hi, Jeanette. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
So you just got started with us.
Yes, last night.
Congratulations. We want to welcome you, and you have a great sponsor. And now understand, here's your support team. You got Fran, and then guess who sponsored Fran? Jeff and Lisa. So we're here for you 24 hours. Above us is Jeremy Roma. And above Jeremy is Chanita and Nat. I'm sorry, Nat and Chad and Natita. So that's your support team. So just follow some very simple things. And I think your story is phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome. Well, there you go. How's that for a story, everyone? Okay, great job, Fran. Great follow-up. Great tip of the week. Okay, Diamonds tips.
This is Shaylisa.
Hi.
Hi, I'm a Diamond like Fran, and I have a very similar story, but I'm going to share it because it really emphasizes what Fran just said and Jeff just said. I've got 4 people that I've been working with since May or June. One of them, Fran, congratulations. I just brought in one of them yesterday because I also honored. I like being honored. Always remember, just be the person you want, treat the person how you'd want to be treated. And she was in another MLM, and she wanted to hand over her team in a very respectful, honoring way because they loved her to her leaders, and that was all finished at the end of September. And now she's in. She bought a personal pack. She's wanting her live-in boyfriend, partner of life, to come into this on his own because he is the head technologist of an entire hospital, and he's got a personality. So she's honoring his time. He's never been an entrepreneur. He has never been MLM. She sent him links. She doesn't even want to influence them because she wants to work in partnership with them with World Global Network, and knows they could just build this very fast. So it's a kind of a domino effect of honoring somebody coming in and being excited on their own. One of the problems I have is people get addicted to my high energy and my passion, and they'll come in, but they can't find it in themselves. And then they just don't go anywhere with it. So I love this whole theme right now of honoring and having them find their own inspiration, their own fire, their own why inside. And I know that Lori and Brian, her husband, well, they're not married, but whatever, will be a very strong partner couple within the next couple of weeks when he comes in, because we're all honoring that right energy of it's got to come from within inside. So if there's anything new to this, is really we can't be the inspirer for somebody. We got to help them find it inside, and that comes through their wife.
And that's a great tip, Shaylisa, and you and Tim are all about that, and that's kind of what I talked about earlier. Is everybody, you don't have to be a spaz like me and Shaylisa, okay? We're spazzes, we're high energy, but you got to be able. This is the first 24 to 48 hours. Okay, sometimes you're taking that time to sit down and find out their desire, their why. That's going to drive them. That's probably the most important part of the sit down, is finding out what's going to drive them beyond, okay, what they know. And very few people don't even know what that feels like, because no one's ever done it. And this is what's going to make you special, and this is where you're going to get the relationship and allow you to mentor this person, because most people have not been mentored. What did Jeremy say? People were spending $50,000 signing up for mentorship? Hell, man, I'd be stinking rich if I charged you all $50,000. What's 50,000 times 100? The hell with World Global Network. Right? But you got to understand what people are looking for. And that's a big part of it. So Shaylisa, thank you for hitting on that. That was awesome. And by the way, guys, Shaylisa and Tim tonight, pack the house, 6 o'clock business opportunity briefing, Sunday through Thursdays. Okay, get your guest on that call. Who else? Diamonds and above. Who wants to share? Couple more minutes. Diamond tips. I know we have more diamonds on. Come on.
Jeff.
Yes.
Hi, it's Jan Fernandez.
Hi, Jan.
Good morning. I'm a Grand Diamond. Jeremy Roma is our sponsor. And this morning, the way you started the meeting, Jeff, I so appreciated that, about Diamond Zone etiquette. And then throughout, you were saying to people, look, learn how to be a team developer, and you've got a diploma. But you know what? I want everybody to really, and I know you probably are, but have gratitude in the day, throughout the day, and look at the way we get to start our day with Diamond Zone and everything you do, Jeff. Oh boy, I'm getting, okay, just a second. I get a little emotional because you're just such a giver. And, you know, people do pay $50,000 for an education, a college education. And here we are in the comfort of our homes, getting an education in how to be an effective entrepreneur in this company. So just have gratitude, and have gratitude for what Jeff and Lisa do for us every morning. Lisa's behind the scenes, Jeff's out in front of the camera, so to speak. But thank you. I'm so grateful for what you do for all of us, and it's valuable. Thank you so much.
I want to call this Janet Zone now, because you're my new favorite. We've just changed the name. It's Janet Zone. No, Jan, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I just believe that we're only as strong as all of us, guys. Yes. And this is the team we're going to go to war with. This is the team that's going to build and change their financial situations. There's no doubt about it. Yes. But I appreciate you guys. Diamond Zone's over. See you tomorrow morning at Open Mic Friday. Bye, guys. Thank you. Janet, thank you, guys. All diamonds, great tips.
Thank you.
Bye.